Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how I model this bowl using FreeCAD. So I have the lid, as you can see, and the body. And I will show this based on this image reference. And all of these reference, you can download it in the video description. So first I drop the image into FreeCAD. And I go to the top view. I double click on the image and I go to calibrate. I click from the bottom to the top and I will set it to 300. Close. Now I go up to the view and toggle axis cross to show the arrow. Now I go to transform and I change the rotation increment to 90 degree and rotate it in the x-axis and move this one back. I go to the front view and for the translation increment is 1. I put this one up. I bring this one up to about here so that the base will underneath the center of the scene. And I move this to the left a little bit. Align it to the center. And I change the rotation to 1 and bring this one to the left a little bit. To the right, somewhere around here. Click OK. Next, I create a new sketch in the front view and create a line from the center to here to the red line. I create 3 points arc and start from here to here. I select this arc and this line, hit T for tension and move this arc in a little bit. I select in this line and set the dimension to 50 and this one to 200 and this one 130. Now I select in this arc and this line and create an offset. Or you can use the hotkey Z and T and you just draw it out and make sure you check on the constraint and then you type in here 18 for the thickness. So I click redundant constraint and delete it. I click on this circle and also delete it. I select in the geometry, the arc, the line, the arc in here, and this arc in here, and hit G and N to turn that into construction geometry. And you can see this part is higher than this one. So let me create in a line, horizontal line like this. Okay, and this line have the horizontal constraint on it. Next, I will turn this arc into construction geometry. And I want to recreate another arc from this point to this point. And draw this one out a little bit. And selecting this arc and this arc, hit E for equal. Okay, now everything is okay. I close. In here I have 8 patterns. So I need to revolve it in the angle of 360 divided by 8. So I click on the sketch and go to revolve, and the angle will be 360 divided 8. And I click on the symmetric angle to make it symmetric in the y-axis. Next, I will create a sketch on surface. I will use the sketch on surface in the curves workbench. So I go to the curves workbench. And I click on this surface and go to the sketch on surface. Just looking for a sketch on surface, click on it, and we have a folder sketch on surface. Inside the folder is a map sketch. This map sketch is uh, um, a rectangle. You can see I have gray out in here. I go out and I double click on it again and go inside, and make sure you turn on the auto constraint over here. I just draw an arc somewhere up here to see what's going on. So I go out, and you can see this arc is somewhere up here, mapping onto the surface. So that is what I want. So I go inside here, and let me bring this one up. I create a line from the center of this line to the center of this line. So FreeCAD will automatically add a symmetry constraint when I create this line. So this line will be on the center. So you can see visual symmetry constraint. I select in this point, and the center line, and hit S for symmetry, and create a line from this point to down here, smaller, and doing the same to the right, and create another arc, connect in between, something like this, and add the symmetry constraint to these two points and this line. Okay, close, and this is the result. This is what I have. So this is the shape. After you map in it, you can go back and change in the shape to what you like. Maybe I should bring this one out a little bit and bring this center point up. I close. This one is a little bit, I think, too sharp. Now at the bottom, I go inside the sketch again, and let's bring this arc up a little bit more. Yeah, not too much. Maybe go here and bring this one down, and this one down a little bit, and this one out. Close. Maybe this one out. And then I can lock the dimension. 130. The angle will be 6. So let me create fillet. So these fillets are very important. So if you don't have it, the surface you create later will be broken. Select these two arcs, hit E for equal. These two, hit E for equal. These two points and the center line, hit S for symmetry. These two points, the center line, hit S. This one, and the center line, hit S. So we have redundant constraint. So I undo that. And we have 6 degrees of freedom. So select this one and hit D. Set it to 30. And this one to 27. Let me set the dimension and lock these points. Then the sketch is fully constrained and close. All right, so let's see what I have. And let's go click on the sketch on surface, go to the data, and let's change this the offset. Let's change this to 4. So you can see the sketch is away from the surface, 4 mm. And I also have a line in the middle in here. I don't want that, so I go inside the map sketch. And let's select the middle line and hit G and N to turn that into construction geometry. And we no longer have this line. Let me go back to the sketch on surface and change the offset down to 0. I think the fill face should be true. Okay. And the thickness, I think that one is an extrusion. So I change that to 4. So we have the thickness in here 4, but I want to bring this one back inside. So I put that to a negative number, negative 2, to put that 2 mm inside the surface. Okay. Now let me control select the revolve and the sketch on surface and go to the plot workbench and cut. Okay. Let me you can see the surface in here go inside, so I need a curve inside to put the surface inside. So I need to create a freehand B-spline from this point to this point and curve inside a little bit to push the surface inside. So I just want one freehand B-spline on these 2 points above. So go to the curves workbench and click on the cut and go to the point size and set that to 10 to make the point size bigger to see what points I need to connect. So I connect, I will choose from this point, control select this point and this point, and create a freehand B-spline. Now go to the right view and I click in the center and hit I to insert a new point. Now I go to the top view. In the top view, let me show the wireframe and click on select this middle point and move this one in and hit S to constrain it on the S axis. But sometimes the constraint S doesn't work, but it's okay. Just move this one in a little bit. No need to exactly 100%. Okay, let's go to the front view and let's double click on this freehand splines and click on this point and move this up so that you can see we should have something like a straight line, a 90-degree inside the surface. Yeah, something like this. And I double click on it again and I go to the flat line. Now I will generate the surface. So I go to the surface workbench and I go to the filling tool and start to fill the surface. Select edges in sequence. Now go inside and click on edge constraint and add edge and selecting this edge. All right, and hit OK. Now I hide the freehand splice. Let me control selecting the cut and the surface and go to the curves workbench. Go to the curves workbench and click on parametric solid to generate a new surface. Now I have a new surface. Go to the rock workbench and I go to modification, array tool, and polar array. Click on the reset point and set the number to 8. Now we have the body. To body. Now it's time to create the lid. So for the lid, you can say I go to the product workbench. I create a new sketch in the front view. And for this lid, we reference this line. And view the wireframe. So I need, in this corner, I will create these splines because this corner is really hard to create using arc. And from here to here, I will need a clean arc. Okay. And from here to here, I will create these splines because this one is 2 corners. So it's really hard to control using arc. This one right here, I will use an arc because it's symbol arc. This one, another symbol arc. Okay. And from the top down here, I will generate a line, a symbol line. So because this one will be a solid up here. So from here to about here, I will create a big arc, a very simple arc. And from here to here will be another B-splines. Okay, this one will be in big arc. Alright, so now I will create a B-splice. And we start from here. The first point, and this is the second point, vertical. The next point will be the point to control the tangency with the next arc. And this is the last point, the contact point, the end point. And as we select these 2 points, and I hit V for vertical constraint. Oops. Do it again. This one, hit V for vertical. And I will create this arc over here from this point to about here. And bring this one up like this. And I will select in this point and this arc, hit C. Okay, now we have a tangency between an arc and a B-splice. So I will create B-spline over here and start from this point, the next point on here, and the next point up here, and the last point in here. Okay, selecting this point and this arc, hit C. Okay, to make it a tangent. Okay, bring this one in a little bit and create another arc. Start from this point to up here. Alright, now this point to this line. Okay. This point and this line, hit C to snap it. Now I will select these 2 arcs, hit T for tangent. And bring this one in a little bit. Now adjust the shape. And we'll create a line from this point down here. Now we'll lock the distance of this point. And bring this one down a little bit. And let's create another arc. Start from here to here. Bring this one up a little bit. And create B-splines, and we start from here to here, and this point and the last point. Selecting this point and this point, hit V for vertical, this point and this point, hit C to snap it. And bring this one up like this, to about here. Okay. Something like this. Now close. And in here, let me view the flat line. And maybe view the shed and then flat line. Okay. And you can see I have 12 patterns on the lid and on the tip of the lid as well. So let me select in the sketch and go to the revolve and set the angle to 360 divide 12 and symmetric angle. Click OK. So you can see this here we have another piece, but let me hide the body. So we don't have the geometry to connect in between. So we need to have a face down here. So let me go back. I think I should go back and go back to the sketch and add a line in between. Create a line, maybe outside of this, and selecting this point and hit C and bring this point out a little bit, and then select these 2 points and hit C. Close. Go back and we have a face in here. And then again, using the sketch on surface again. So selecting this face and go to the curves workbench and click on sketch on surface. And go inside the map sketch. View the section. Also create another arc. Up here like this, close. And yeah, we have an arc in here. Let me go back to the map sketch and create a center line. Select these 2 points and the center line, hit S for symmetry. Selecting this line and hit G and N to turn that into construction. Selecting the line and creating lines. And create an arc in between. Select these 2 points and the center line, hit S for symmetry. Close. And this is what we have. We have the result is not what I want. So I need to bring the upper smaller and the lower bigger a little bit. So let's bring this one in and bring this one out. But do not go outside of the frame. Okay, so this is the result. I go back and bring this one out a little bit. Go inside the sketch again and bring this one out a little bit more. Yeah. Now we have almost a straight line parallel with the frame. Maybe I should create fillet in between. So I just simply set the symmetry constraint to all of these points. And if you have a redundant constraint, just click on it and delete it. And let me lock this arc to to 55. This one will be 140. This one 16. This one will be 26. Close. Yeah. Pretty good, I think. And let's go. Let's go and let me bring this one up a little bit. Now it's time for the tip. Let's go up here and create another sketch on surface and go inside the map sketch and view the section for that. View the section. Create a line in between and turn that into construction geometry by hitting the hotkey G and N. Close. We go outside and go inside again to see. Let's create an arc. Okay, close. So we have tiny, small arc. So let me bring this one in. Let me set the symmetry constraint and bring this one in a little bit. And I close and to see. Let me create a line. Just go outside of this. And create an arc like this. And select the two points and the center line. Hit S for symmetry and then close. All right. And double click on it again and let's create a fillet in between. Select these two and hit E for equal. These two and hit E. These two and center for symmetry. And set the radius to 6.5. This one will be 5. I think it's good. Let me select these two and go to the data and the offset. Let's see, no, the thickness is 4 and the fill face to true and the offset to -2 to push that inside the surface. You can see. Now I can do in Boolean cut. So selecting this one and the sketch on surface and go to the part workbench and create a new cut. And control selecting the new cut and the sketch on surface and cut again. And we have another cut. All right. Now I will doing the same, creating a freehand B-spline. So let me go to the view and set the point size to 10 to see in case we have some small edges that we don't want. So right here we have big edge is fine. So go to the curves workbench and control selecting this part and this part and creating a freehand B splice. And I double click on this one to assist the edit mode and go up here, control select V2 and create another freehand B splice. Okay. Now I go down here and double click on the first freehand B splice and I go to the right view. I click in Hold and hit I to insert a new point. Then I bring this one down a little bit and hit Z to constrain it on the Z axis. And go to the front view and let's double click on the freehand B splice again and click on the point and move it to the left so that this one point inside of this. Then I double click on this again and this is what we have. Double click on the freehand B splice and go to the right view. Click and hold, hit I and move this one down. Hit Z to constrain it on the Z axis. And hit Q to confirm that. Go to the front view and double click on this one again and put it to the left. All right. Now go to the surface workbench and go to the filling tool and just simply select in sequence. Okay, now I go to the edge constraints and click on add edge and select in this edge. Click OK. Now doing the same up here. Go to the filling tool, zoom close here and select these edges. Selecting add edge constraints, add edge, selecting this edge, and click OK. Now I can select in V3 and go to parametric solid to generate a new surface. Now go to the drag workbench. In the drag workbench, let's go to modification, array tool, and polar rate. Reset point and set that to 12. Now I have the lid, and let's rename this one to the lid. Now we'll create the base below the body, underneath the body. So I go to the show the body. Let me hide the curve. Let me go to the plot workbench and create a new sketch on the top view, but reverse direction. And let me create a hexagon. From the center, go out somewhere around here. And let's bring this one to here. Okay. And let's create circles on these points. Now I can select one of these lines and hit G and N to turn that into construction geometry. And select one of these circles. Hit E for equal. And bring this one out so you can see one of these circles also the same size. Close. And let's see what we have. I think it's a little bit too big. Let me go inside the sketch and let's bring this one smaller. And this one maybe smaller like this. Let me set the diameter to 60, and this one show 65. Close. Let me go to extrude this. Okay. So, yeah, I think let's checking this size is okay or not. I think I should go back to the sketch, and let's change this one to 50, and this one to yeah, 55. Close. I think it's a little bit small. Maybe change this one to 60. 65, I think, will be 5. Yeah. Let's try 55 for that. And let me create a trim edge. Let me go to the trim edge and remove geometry inside. And I just want to keep the outline. You can see I just keep the outline and remove everything inside. So I will remove this curve. Okay, and then I will delete all of these arc. Yeah, I think I just delete all of these. And then I go out and I have solid. Yeah. Let me select all of these edges and create a fillet. Let me go up to the wireframe and let's view the wireframe and select these edges. All right, now I create a fillet. Let's go back to the flat line. Create a fillet. Radius will be 20. Selecting this edge and go to the fillet. Let's try show. Yeah. Let me select in the fillet and go to the drop workbench and create in a clone. I think this one is smaller. So let me scale this one up a little bit. So I go to the data, the scale, and set the scale S to 1.2, 1.2 for the S and Y. I think a little bit more as 1.5 for S and Y. And for the Z, let me set it to 1.2, maybe 1.5 also. Okay, yeah. So this one touching a little bit. So let me go to transform and the translation increment is 1 and bring this one up just a little bit. So don't go too much. So let me go to the wireframe to checking and do not go over the geometry. Okay, somewhere around here. Will be fine. Go to the shed. And then I can go to the body and go to the curves workbench and click on parametric solid to generate a new solid before I want to union. And doing the same, I click on the lid and go to parametric solid to generate a new solid. All right. Now I can select in the solid 002 and go to select in the clone and go to the fusion. All right. Now let me hide the lid and let me select this edge and doing a simple fillet 1. And I will rename this to the final body. And I show the lid and selecting this edge and this edge and creating a fillet with 1 also. And I call this the final lid. And let's check in all of these details. So it's working. Maybe I should select the issue and go to the view and deviation down to 0.01. And I think maybe maybe right here we have a sharp edge. Maybe on the lid we have a sharp edge. Let me select in this one and go to fillet. Yeah, put it a little bit of fillet. Be fine. Okay, so that's it for the tutorial. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.